Barely. Oh man. I've been literally waiting for this all day. All day long. Welcome back to the channel. If you're watching the recording today, we are going to be turning a dough pelt. Sorry, I have the hiccups. We're going to be turning a dough pelt that I have back here into like a giant fur coat. And it's going to be so sick. So, yeah, we're going to see what happens. See if we can get some people in here. What's up, that kid Dalton? Sorry, I got the hiccups right now. Wildman was in here a little while ago. That kid Dalton. Outdoors galore, what's up? Not much, dude. How's it going? He says, going good. What is up in there? Looking at this black buck skull right now. It looks super white. Can't wait to put the horns on it, but I think I see like... That does not smell right. I set it like outside, and like a ton of ants randomly went inside of it. So I had to like soak it in water, and I'm wondering if that did something. But anyways, yeah. Oh. I'm gonna be putting these on with some epoxy here soon to where the actual horns are. It's actually that right there. Oh man, this guy's gonna look so cool. Oh yeah, and these sheaths have shrunk just a bit, so they're gonna fit right on that like that. Super cool. I don't know what I see in here though. No clue what that is. It was white yesterday. Now it's like kind of yellowish. Maybe that's the reason there were like 9 trillion ants climbing in there. I don't know. I'll probably just stick some peroxide down in there. Anyway, so that's gonna be dope. I might actually not even epoxy them on and just leave them on like that. And if he wants, he can just boom. But yeah, pretty cool antler sheaths. Super duper cool. I mean, look at that guy. Super duper duper white. And I also added a little bit of stain on those. But anyways, yeah, So that's pretty cool. That's that black bug. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Well, I'm waiting for people to get in here, but we're just gonna have the same amount of people for a little. Then I might as well go ahead and get started. Let's see. Can I like add anything or no? Oh, nope, not a green screen. Not what I was looking for. What in the world? Okay, never mind. I can't add anything. All right. While people get in here, I'm going to go ahead and start moving stuff back to where it needs to go. We're going to do a Hobby Lobby haul here in a second. Actually, I think that's the first thing I'm going to do. So, Hobby Lobby is like a great place if you're a taxidermist to get just like some easy stuff to use. And I'm going to be making a video here soon on this, along with just how to get into taxidermy. But I found a lot of just cool gadgets and gizmos that I'm going to be using. So I got some. We'll start off with something that's like taxidermy. So I got this. It's a leather scratch awl. No clue what that is, but it's going to be like perfect for tucking, basically. It's essentially a tucking tool, but with a really big handle. So it'll look like, you know, it could easily be like this, but better. So that's pretty cool. Just some small applicators for like my pastels. For like the bobcat eyes, this would have been great. So now I have those for next time. Just some needles, some solid needles, and this is a leather company, so you know those needles are sharp. So that right there. I got some leather lace. This will be good for like turkey, doing like the beard and the shotgun shell and the spurs. And then T-pins are really the main reason I went. I got 200 of these T-pins and then 35 of these giant ones with the actual T. These are kind of just, these are called silk pins. But I've been needing those for a while. So super happy that I got those. And then I wasn't going to get it, but I needed this for the bear rug. I found on clearance a giant leather like strip. Ooh, yeah. So I'm gonna use this on the bear hopefully, and it should be wide enough. I think it's not really that big of a bear, so I think that'll be wide enough. It says 10 square foot, and if anything, I can cut it however I need. But yeah, that's pretty cool. So just some things you can find at Hobby Lobby that are just easy for taxidermy. Feel free to ask me any question, because it's probably going to be a minute before we got a ton of people in here. 7 likes already, that's good. Think people have been coming through. Put that there. I honestly don't know that thing. So I made a decision about the roadkill squirrel. I'm not going to be mounting it. I'm not going to be mounting it. It was a cool idea, but I just think there's far more cooler things for me to mount that I actually harvest. So, anyways, yeah. What's up, Azim Fazzle? Azim Fazzle? How's it going? I guess we're gonna need the good old fleshing board today. And this table needs to be cleaned off. It is a wreck from yesterday. And when I got that velvet buck in. But for now, I'm just gonna say screw it and just move it to the side. I took out the whole thing. What am I doing? Ugh. Putting on the fleshing board because we're going to be doing some fleshing today. Still got the drop time buck on camera. No, he hasn't showed up this year, sadly. It's the one deer that I haven't seen yet. Well, we got some other big boys. That's for sure. What's up, James? Now, a lot of people will use like genuine, like really strong gloves, but when I'm doing my work, I just like using these latex ones because I don't like wasting gloves. And like for the job today, I have Venom Steel gloves back there. They are like the best gloves. I don't know. I just feel like I'd be wasting them if I used them today. So. I think still just a little frozen, but I'm not sure we gotta worry about it. There we go, yeah. Boom sauce. So I'm gonna put this down here, and then this up here. I don't even know what is what on this thing. So this is a finding more sheds. I think I found a couple more after we last talked. So what we're looking at here is a giant doe pelt. I think the whole thing except for the head is on here. And I'll just have to stretch it. Yeah, and then that's part of the brisket there. So yeah, that's where the head would be. And I cut that so that it could actually be a throw. So we're gonna see what we can do. This might be a failed attempt at a rug / throw. A doe throw? Question mark. But we're gonna see what happens. So yeah. If you're here, feel free to comment something. I'm going to be responding like the whole time. And yeah. Hit the like button. All the jazz. It says we only have 2 viewers right now. I don't know about that. I think we have way more. I'll put on an apron. I never do that. really don't want to get this shirt dirty. Oh yeah, you can use a pressure washer. Last time I used this thing, I used it backwards. No way. That's crazy. That's absolutely hilarious. If you're wondering what I'm using to skin this to skin this pelt, I got like an Alaskan bush knife. It's what I skin my deer hides with for taxidermy. Or sorry, flesh. But it works really well. I really like it. Because I can just slide right over top of the skin and get all that fat off. And sometimes if I'm feeling a little bit crazy, I'll use the actual fleshing knife. Which I still don't know how to feel about it. Okay, that's frozen. Yeah, it's an ulu knife. Says we currently have 0 viewers. Is the stream like laggy or something? I don't know. Currently kind of doing like a test. Trying to figure out when the perfect stream time is for right now. And it might be late streams. I don't know. That's great. Just the whole tail came off there. What the heck? Just ripped in half, dude. What's that about? I just sew that back on there, I guess. Or I could leave it like that. I don't know. I don't really know. I might do either. I don't really know what happened there, though. Maybe there was like a knife cut on there. I don't know. That's kind of random. Kind of random that the tail would just do that. I just keep my hides fresh. I mean, that's really all I do. Just make sure that it's not rotten. That's about it. tell you what, I got an absolute giant velvet buck that the velvet is currently setting right now in the garage, but it is giant. And I'm gonna mount him here soon. It's gonna be awesome. 19 pointer. Absolutely insane. Just a lot of extra fat on there. That might be the reason the stream was getting a ton of views yesterday. So I might bring that velvet buck in here. Look at this joker. Holy. Maybe I can set him like, I don't know, like maybe on the table. That looks pretty good. Yeah. If you're tuning into the stream, hit the like button. Okay, we got a pretty good amount here, and it's kind of still frozen, honestly. Need to stretch it. Aren't you the one who deskinned an animal last night? Indeed, you would be correct. You would be absolutely correct. Salt just went all over me. You'd be absolutely correct. And yeah, it was a squirrel. And it was 3 of them, actually. Mr. Johnny Rocket. Holy, that's still like froze. I'm about to switch to the Ulu. The shed knife is not doing it. Why did they die, you said? One got ran over by a car. One got eaten by a dog. And the other got shot. So we had 3 different types of deaths that we had on the stream last night. It was a fire stream last night. We had like, chat was booming. I was so excited. Aunt Sandy! What's up? Well, no worries. I'm going to be live till like 7:30, so. Might even do 8. Just depends. Depends on what we have to do and yada, yada, yada. So, actually, with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and set out. I went ahead and decided on the roadkill squirrel that I am not going to mount myself. I'll go ahead and set this out. MBA. Boom sauce. 9 here and my bedtime. Well, that works out perfectly. That'll be perfect. Yeah, this is going to be beautiful once I'm done with it, I'm pretty sure. Only hard part is that there's no head, so there's nothing to like hold it on the fleshing. And I guess that's where this would work. But can you do that with an ulu knife? Well, looks like you can. Holy! Yeah. I'm gonna start skinning deer like this. This is fire. Taxing a velvet buck, you have to spray Velvelock on them. Velvelock. I'm trying to figure out what's in Velvelock. It says alcohol, iodine, and essential oils. So I'm guessing it's just what? Salt? And that sets it in place. Salt, essential oils to repel the bugs off, and then alcohol. I don't know, beats me. I have no clue. What's up, Maisie Hutton? What a name. I feel like there's some fur bunched up right here, and I'm about to cut the skin, but there's not, and it's like messing me up. Yeah, what? I swear there is. Is that your deer? This right here? Yeah. And yes, you just dry out the velvet on the antlers, essentially. But you have to tan it, or else it will rot. So that Velvelock locks in the velvet, supposedly. See, I've never used it before, so we're gonna see what happens. Sorry. Iodine is not salt. Salt is sodium. Correct. I guess I assume that because you got like iodized or whatever salt. And I know for a fact you're not supposed to use that on taxidermy, so it's really confusing me, like why there's iodine in there. What is iodine for? Chat wants to answer that one for me. Cut a little hole there, nothing crazy. Yeah, that's actually, that wouldn't be a problem on an actual deer hide. Places you gotta look out for is where the meat is frozen, because then you'll cut straight through into the actual skin. Anywhere where it's not frozen, you can just do this and just be A-okay. How many viewers do we have right now? I'm doing a test, so I'm trying to ask y'all because currently it says like 0. So How many deer do you think you have done? I've probably done about 20 euros. And then shoulder mounts, I'm on like 10 to 15, something like that. Five viewers. Yeah, so last night, the later it got, the more amount of viewers I had. So I'm trying to think. Or maybe it's just I'm doing something that's boring today. I don't know. I'm thinking the ideal time to do these lives is going to be 6 o'clock to, like, who knows, 8 maybe, 6 to 8. Good 2-hour stream. Pretty outside, yeah. It was a beautiful day out today. Good day to work outside. Will not complain. Cutting trees all day, burning trees, feeding cows. Got home at 4:30. Prepped for the live, and then went live. So that's been my day. You guys own cows? No, it's the farm I work for. See, taxidermy is like a side gig at this point. But it's probably not going to be this year. It's probably going to go full time. Like right there, I just cut a little bit of a hole. Nothing crazy, but well, I would tell you what farm, but not on the stream. I want to have viewers showing up to work. Are you MBA Outdoors? Now, the longer I take to do this, the more the hide is going to be slipping. Because all the heat from my hands is touching this hide, and it's, forming bacteria as we speak. What I'm trying to do is just get down to the bottom layer of the skin. That blue is what you want to see. You want to see straight blue skin. That looks pretty well right there. I gotta work on. I mean, dude, it's gonna be dope. I might put that on. I need a bunch of courses. Going to co-op this year? No, sadly, no, I will not be. As you can see, there's a lot of meat up here. Oh, and here's where I shot her, right there. It's that broadhead hole. Golly, that thing's giant. We had like 100 active people last night in the chat. That was crazy. Oh man, and that's gonna suck. If the best time to stream is when I think it is, which is when we were streaming last night. That's gonna be awful for me. Streamed from, when was it? Hopped on there at like 7:30-ish. I don't know. Something like that. Wasn't getting that many views. And then like 8:30 popped around. And they just started coming in like crazy. So that might be the time to do it. I don't know. I know that more than likely I'll be mounting a deer every Friday once season comes in. So if that's the case, we can live stream late. That's what I'll do. I wake up early on Fridays, flesh it, skin it, all that. Or I don't even have to wake up early. I can start at like lunchtime. Start stream at like 5, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we're doing. This is just lives of cleaning out the freezer and getting prepared for that. Getting back in the algorithm. Here, I can get y'all more of a close-up. What I'm doing here. It might just be the angle. Like, people might start watching the stream now. Because that's kind of how it was last night. I switched the angle and then randomly just got like 70 viewers all at the same time. It was like 8K views last night. That's pretty good. Not as good as the OG deer mounting. Right, we had like 50, 60K every stream. It was wild. Hopefully we can get back into it. Maybe, just maybe. How's Aubrey? You mean Audrey? She is doing well. She's currently busy right now, and then later tonight we'll call, and then I'll see her tomorrow for youth. Youth is always a good time. Play on stage. No one knows my secret talent is the drums. Should probably make a drum channel at some point. Golly, that's still frozen right there. This is perfect though. But look at that hole from that Rage 2 blade Extreme. No, it's not the Rage 2 blade Extreme. That's Tom Miranda's. Sorry, it's the Rage Hypodermic. That is an insane hole right there. Crazy. This doe, I think she ran like 20 yards. It's an awesome hunt. This is a late season hunt. Man, that is so satisfying, that right there. The Ulu knife. Certified meat slayer. Yeah, look at that. Thing is sharp too. Ooh, this fat will be fun to skin off. I like skinning off the fat because it just slides right off the skin. Ooh, that's the strategy right there. Tucking this skin over beside me and holding it with the side of my apron, not the side of my shirt. Like that right there. Maybe at some point I'll make a deer rug with like an actual head. Like a doe would probably be cool. Imagine a buck, like, and the antlers are just on the floor. So this is a doe. And this is everything but the head and the legs. This is like the full body. Am I going to mount it? So I'm going to tan this as like one big, it's basically going to be a rug, and I'll probably have it as a rug maybe down here. But it's also, I cut this hole right here. You know what I'm saying? This could be the most serious coat you've ever seen. We're going to see. I wonder what someone would think if they saw me wearing this like out in public though. Something you will not catch me doing. So I don't really know what I'm gonna do with it after I wear it like one time. I mean, it might be super warm. This is still like frozen down here on the bottom, so it's a little bit harder to do. Oh, yep, that's a good piece right there. So I need to do this right here. Tuck it in, pull it tight. I mean, look at that. Slowly but surely working it. Working all that meat and fat off. This looks like a pretty good method here. No, I'm cutting towards myself, but I'm not really too worried because it's an ulu knife. Got my first turkey this year. That's absolutely awesome. That's what I tried to go for this year. I've shot a turkey, but it wasn't in turkey season. It was in the fall season that we have here in Kentucky. I've been trying for 2 years, so maybe this year I'll, actually like get to, shoot an actual turkey, Something I've been looking forward to for a while, so I don't know. Hey, old son, that's a big old squirrel. Sure is, boy. Yeah, this is a world record size squirrel. What is that? We have a world record sized squirrel. I'm trying to figure out what to do Thursday. I'm really feeling like mounting that bear rug. But we're going to see. What do y'all think? Should we mount a bear rug Thursday? Greg, what's up? 50-pound squirrels? Good grief. That'd be scary as heck. Is Oak Ridge streaming right now? Is that why most of my audience isn't here? Because that's gonna become a problem at some point if me and Oak are streaming at the same time and we're stealing each other's audiences. There's only enough fish in the sea for one of us. Golly, that was a giant piece of meat. Good evening, Greg. How is it going, friend? So, Greg, I just want to make 100% sure you're the guy who gave the red stag to Oak Ridge, correct? Because I saw on your channel the other day that you posted some pictures of a red stag, and I could only assume that it's the one that Oak Ridge is going to be mounting here soon. Awesome. I thought he was. I had a feeling. I was like, where else would he have gotten a whole red stag? It's probably going to look absolutely amazing. Oak Ridge is awesome. He's an awesome dude. He's helped me out so much. He's a good old guy. Currently just working on this dough pelt. What do y'all think we should do Thursday? Bear rug? Or we could do like maybe some skinning out some like raccoons maybe or something. I don't know. I got like a skunk and a raccoon I need to skin out in the freezer, I think. That's about it. Pull that out. Do a bird? I don't have any birds. Someone tried to get me to mount their, I think it was like a macaw or something, or like one of the ones from the Amazon rainforest. And I was just like, man, I am so sorry. I just don't mount domesticated animals. Like, I will never do a cat, dog, hamster, whatever. I have had multiple, you guys will never believe it. I've had multiple calls about hamsters. People want to see me mount hamsters. Some guy tried to pre-plan his hamster's death. Why did I say death like that? Death. I got a text the other day, and it was this dude saying that his hamster wasn't dead yet, but he'd like to find a taxidermy. I feel bad because I didn't respond, but like, I'm not in the place to mount a hamster. Plus, you'd have to get like a custom form. But you have a pet deer in your shop. Where? This? Is this a pet deer? Does this count as a pet deer? I'm not really sure. I know it counts as a dead deer. And my logic on that is 100% accurate, let me tell you. Because I can tell you where this deer's carcass is. It's in wherever the processor takes him, and I can tell you where the... Oh, you said the velvet buck? Dadgum. You're right. It is kind of a pet. Do I support that? No. But will I mount it? Yes. That's my thought about it. It's kind of like a horrible mindset, though. Let me come up with something that I could like use as like a demonstration of that. Like, no, I don't support something, but I'll also support it. Well, I would never do something, but I'll support it. Like, I would never go and high fence hut, but I'm going to mount it for him. I feel like that's fine, though, because I'm just a taxidermist, especially I'm a young taxidermist, and I don't have a ton of deer. And it doesn't really look high fence either. It looks just like a solid buck. That's what it looks like to me. So this doe pelt is like, I took care of it really well. So it is not slipping at all. And I actually had my mom set it out for me because I was at work today. Which is hilarious. W Mom. Can we get W Mom in chat? There's like some coagulated blood right there. W Moms. I know high fence if I could afford it, but that's another 65 pounds of meat. I'd take that over store-bought beef any day. Hey, I agree. Anything but the store-bought meat. I definitely want to get just... It's like coagulated and it's hard to cut. That's annoying. Oh, it's because it's like turning to the brisket right there. That's so cool how the hair layers. Now we're working down the collar of this coat. So this doe is actually this doe right here. So pretty cool. This is the rest of the body on that deer. Pretty cool. So you could almost say that I used literally the whole deer. Yeah, nice Ulu. Thing is absolutely awesome, Cheese Wizard. Hey, nice name, Cheese Wizard. Fire name. Here, I'm going to try and fit. Can it even fit in this? No, it can't. It's so big. Nope, I don't like that either. And that's too high. We'll set it right there. We'll see if anyone sees it in the back. Here, I'll like reposition. There we go. That's cool. Can you imagine buying imported beef? Do you want beef half 3D printed and shipped from across the world? Golly. You want that fresh beef? I tell you what. Because I work for a farm, I get to see. So far, I worked there when I was younger with my dad too. But so far, as I've been working just since February, I'm almost to the point where I've seen a whole generation of cows born, raised, and then put back into the herd, which is pretty cool. We're adding some heifers back into the herd, some weaned heifers. And then I've also seen so many cows be born, grow up, and head to the sale. And I mean, it's sad, but that's the type of meat I want to buy. That's the good stuff. But I would rather take a corn-fed deer than, grain-fed cattle. Deer tastes so good. Venison is just so good. And there's so many kinds. I've had axis deer before. It was fire. I had like axis deer ribs. It's so cool. Eating dinner while watching. Dadgum. I've eaten dinner on a couple of streams, and I've looked at some pretty rancid things. I'm not going to lie. Like, I ate dinner one time while skinning a raccoon, and I like popped into the diaphragm, and that was pretty disgusting. Killing as many deer as I can every single year. Yeah, that's what me and Dad do. Typically, we wait a little later on does just because me and my dad do like to buck hunt, as I'm a taxidermist, and it's cool to mount them. But late season, we be filling all the tags. I almost fully tagged out in one day last year. It was insane. I shot 2 does after I had shot this doe, and then a buck came out, and I almost fully tagged out. So close, but it was just right after dark. Couldn't see him. It was horrible. And now that deer hasn't shown back up, and I'm thinking like, man, I can't believe I didn't shoot him. He was a nice buck. I know a lot of people that would have shot him. But for like, he's probably a 130-inch 9-point, which is a really good deer still. And I would have been so happy. But for this year, I probably wouldn't have been happy taking him. He had the length, but just did not have any mass. I don't know. And I get pretty picky with my deer as I shot Big Ten. I call it the Big Ten syndrome. But I've got a lot of deer this year that I would not be mad taking. Had one show up last night that is he is a absolute stud, but he's limping. I don't know if he's hurt. And me and Dad think he's a familiar deer. But then again, I was looking at his brows today, and they don't match the brows on the other deer we were looking at. So he could just be a random that just showed up. So that's cool. His hide's looking pretty good. Pretty blue. Pretty good for what you can do with just by running an Ulu knife. And my Liquitan absolutely penetrates literally through the meat. I could leave all the meat on here and the Liquitan would still tan. It's absolutely amazing. Now, would the hide be that good? Probably not, but yeah. 215 non-typical at what? Shot him to the ground because I bumped my release. Golly. Shoot does in September. That's smart too. Me and Dad are going to be hunting bucks early season this year. And then and then late season. It's honestly just how we're feeling. Like some weeks my dad just randomly is like, all right, we're going to go shoot a doe. And then other weeks he's like, no, we're waiting. It's a good week. I can feel it. We also... I watch out for shooting does because we want to hunt the same place for bucks, and if we shoot a doe, we got to go in there and blow everything out, so we kind of have to watch out on that. This is actually so nice to come home after work and do this. Like, it's actually really satisfying and just really laid back and chill. Up here we got a little bruising from where I shot him. That's still frozen. This is still frozen over here. Yeah, so I think velvet season for Tennessee actually starts Thursday. Or that might just be in Nashville. But for Kentucky, there is no velvet season. Bow season just starts September 6th. So there will be a couple days that the deer will still have velvet, but we won't have long, I don't think. Because this guy back here, either it was bad handling or he already had a little bit of his velvet coming off. What I shoot her with? So I shot her with a bow with that Rage 2-blade hypodermic, boy. Golly. Giant hole. Right behind the shoulder. Oh, 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 oh. Giant velvet first week of October? Dang, that's crazy. It's a little late. How about a deer that just stays in velvet? Like he's just lagged out or something? I know that sometimes does can grow antlers, so I bet you there's something like just like always velvet or something. There's got to be some type of disease for deer or something like that. All right. Getting up to another big part here. And what I'll do is I'm going to salt this hide. And then I'll wash it later. And then tan it, of course. And then after it's tan, actually, I'm kind of feeling like not even, I'm going to have to wash it. I'll wash it with soap after I tan it, though. What I might do is just go outside and whack all the salt off. Because usually I wash with soap after I've tanned. I'm going to try the new SVR Hybrid Magneto broadhead this year. That sounds crazy. Sounds crazy, man. Went ahead and pulled out the roadkill fox squirrel that's sitting behind me. We'll go ahead and salt it up today too, and go ahead and put it in the giant tray of squirrels up there. Cleaned out my freezer. Anyways, cleaned out my freezer to where all I have left is going to be hides. Raccoon. I got a fox. I probably have 20 raccoons. Maybe a possum. I don't really remember. I've got 2 skunks, I think. Maybe 1 skunk that didn't spray. Yeah, I think it might just be 1 skunk. I don't really remember. The other 2 I had to... let's just say sometimes you get lucky with skunks, sometimes you don't. And that is why I don't usually kill them. I usually just let them go. Golly. Yeah, this knife is absolutely working great. You need a real fleshing knife, dude. I got one right here, dude. I could easily use it. But I don't know. I like this way more. I need to sharpen that one. Critter Getter, by the way, what's up? How's it going? I don't see you in my chat often. You got any, like, tips for how to get, like, a fleshing knife to work well? Is it, like, all about the angle? Or does that not need to be really dull? Do I need to have it a little bit sharp like this? Because this works really well on, like, the hides that I do. Like capes and stuff. Which I need a fleshing wheel. Need to get a fleshing wheel at some point. Once I get a ton of clients, I'll get a fleshing wheel for capes and stuff. But this does the trick for capes. Super simple. It's just kind of hard to use the fleshing knife on this because there's no like actual head to rest on this. But I mean, look at that. I mean, it's kind of goated. But I'm just having to hold my hand here. And then I'm also doing this every once in a while, which kind of works, I guess. Wonder where Aunt Sandy went. I think she was in here just a little while ago. Maybe she's just watching. I don't know. This isn't the most entertaining thing. Y'all feel free to ask like any questions. Aunt Sandy is here. I don't know. I'm really feeling like live streaming later is going to be what I'm going to have to do. Or starting the live stream at like 6:30. Because it's starting to pick up slowly but surely. I feel like right now people are just stopping by. Okay, that's frozen, so I can't really touch it right there. Go gas some yellow jackets. You got a big old nest of them. Something that'd be cool to have down here. A giant beehive. Or like a hornet's nest. I actually had one that I was going to go get until sadly a storm knocked it down. It's actually the night I was gonna go get it, it stormed. Went the next day, and the whole thing had fallen. Ran over the mowing. Oh man! Did you get stung at all, or were they just flying everywhere? That probably sucked. What do you mow with, Aunt Sandy? You got a zero turn or just like just a lawn mower? I don't know, like a lawn tractor. I guess that's what you would call it, like good old John Deere, Husqvarna. Huh, there was a rock in the deer hide from the gravel. No stings. Amazing. I have a Hustler zero turn that me and my dad went both in on. So I use it whenever I'm mowing. I got a farm or two that I take care of along. I just got a couple of cool side jobs, I'd say. I got a farm I take care of. I mow, spray trees, plant food plots, all kinds of stuff for this guy. And that's where I mow out there. So me and Dad went half and half on the mower, and he gets the 0 turn for here at the house, which I mow still. Mowing is fun. Once you get good at mowing, and once you like actually lock in, I guess, I don't know, as a kid I saw it as a chore. Now whenever I go outside to mow, it is so much fun. A cadet corpse. So that's going to be like, is that one with like the steering wheel? It's like weird looking. It's not like a lawn tractor, but it's got the steering wheel that goes like, it's like a long pyramid almost. We can get this up here because it's not frozen. I call it mowing land art. No, just a steering wheel. What's up, Adventures with Alan? Outdoor land art. I like that. Can't go wrong with some straight stripes, parallel. It's like a maze pattern that one of my friends does. Guy that I work with. I don't know how to do it. Tried it one time, hated it. And then I tried like an organized squiggle the other day. Didn't really like that either. I think I'm just going to stick with good old faithful parallel stripes is what I like doing. I like checkering every other week. Or, yeah, every week doing like crossing. But typically what I do is I mow my yards to where, because at the farm I work for, he owns a ton of rentals, and so I mow there too and weed eat and stuff. And typically what I'm doing is I'm trying to, because I know when I was a kid I liked seeing, fresh stripes. I thought it was just so cool. So I try to angle them towards the road, towards where there's going to be, where you can see it the best and where there's going to be the most traffic. So typically, like if the road's coming this way and the house is here, I usually make the stripes like this so you can really see them when you're coming by. And yeah, checkering is so much fun. Mowing a different direction every single time. Can't go wrong with that. Now, I will say, if I have time this week, I will be dropping a, is there an age limit on the stream? No, you're A-okay to join no matter what age you are. This is science, kids. This is a doe hide that I'm going to turn into a rug. So I'm currently taking off all the skin. It's actually this doe right here that I mounted. It's the other half of her. Age limit is family friendly. That's what we call that. How do you like those climbing sticks? These up here, the Hawk. Yeah, I think it's just Hawk saddles or whatever. But they're great. Those are great. Climbing sticks are awesome. Yeah, I think they're helium. They're absolutely amazing. 13, yeah, bro. Totally chill. If you're into the outdoors, literally it does not matter what age you are. This channel is for you. Yesterday we were skinning out squirrels to mount, and then we live mount deer. Pretty crazy, but yeah. Been hunting since you were 5. That's awesome. But yeah, I love the Ever Loving Outdoors. I love the helium sticks. They're great. Me and Dad. Last year we've been wanting to do some public land hunting for the longest time, and we just really haven't got into it. Just because we have really good permission pieces where we've shot phenomenal deer. I mean, I shot my 150-inch deer out here next to my house. We have really good pieces, and so we just ended up setting those up out on our permission piece and literally leaving them. Like, we didn't even take them down, and they were great. Had an encounter with a buck in them, almost shot him. Let's see, I've shot a couple does out of the saddle now, but saddle hunting, whew, amazing. What guns do I use? So I'm more of a bow hunter, not really a gun hunter. Speaking of guns, you just made me think. I linked this because y'all will see it soon why I linked this, but hopefully along with this giant velvet buck we have back here, hopefully soon we'll be having an elk in the shop. I'm super excited. A lot of new hunters are trash and haven't been taught the ways and want to change everything. Yeah, me and Dad, we hunt out of the saddles, but we like blind hunting. Blind hunting's fun, but not when you go every single day because you're just not experiencing it, man. There's something about being in a blind and then being in a tree stand. No matter how cold it was last year, we did not get in a blind. We froze our nubs off, but it was absolutely amazing. It's just so much beautiful, way more beautifuler. Is that even a word? Beautifuler? Way more beautiful being up in a tree stand. And me and Dad used OG tree stands too. That's what we have, OG tree stands here at the house, and then OG tree stands, which they're not OG, they're new. They're, I think, Millennium tree stands. Pretty cool. They were on sale at Bass Pro. No, it's actually like, it's like a Nord on it. It's like Nord tree stands. I don't know, something like that. But those are fire. They're absolutely awesome. But we're going to set those up out at a permission piece we have, and then here at the house we've got them set up. And then we got a new piece of property we just got permission on. It's like 60 acres, which that's going to be super cool. We're going to go scout that this weekend. A little bit late on that, but it's a-okay. It just randomly came up and we got permission on it. So we'll probably hunt on it with the saddles. Maybe do some cold hunting. I might not even set a camera out. Might just walk in there, find a scrape once the rut's coming, and then just see if we can smoke one. That's really the way to do it. A lot of times, like, we left our piece of property that we hunt on, not here at the house. We left it, just didn't set out bait, no camera, just mineral early season, and we had one really nice buck show up, and he just vanished. So we didn't do anything. And then the rut came. We went out there, set out just a little bit of corn just to see what would happen, and a camera. And literally there were like 5 mature bucks that just straight up daylighted for like 30 minutes to an hour eating this food. And it was like crazy. It just meant that there was a lot of other pressure happening around, and they just felt super safe. And I'm kind of sad. We went and hunted at muzzleloader, and a couple of the bucks showed up but winded us because the wind on that property sucks. It's horrible. We're still trying to figure it out for this year. I don't even know if we'll be able to do it, but it was crazy. Like, no pressure at all. Crazy. Hunt off the ground a lot, carry one of those little tripod stools, set in the brush, no deer go, new spot the next day, no setup or takedown. That's awesome. See, in Kentucky you can bait, so it's a little easier, which it's cool, but it's also harder because you think baiting would be easier. Honestly, late season is only the time that makes it easier. It makes it harder because everyone is putting out bait. So you genuinely have to have the right piece of property, or you're going to get bucks coming through at the most random time and you're never going to shoot one. So that's why me and my dad, we give him a smorgasbord. Odd. Welcome. You like my apron? Yeah, it's cute, isn't it? It's fire. I'm actually wearing it backwards because apparently I wore it backwards the last time I worked with it. Know that area, Jackson? Nice buck there. A lot of pressure and poachers, though. Where is it? Small town Lorville in Ohio. My charisma level is going to be so unmatched when I whip this thing out in like December and I'm wearing this around in my casual daily outfit. Babe, are you cold? Do you want this custom made doe coat that I made with my own hands? Legendary. I can work a little more right here, but that's about it. A little bit of fat there. I'll probably just work that off after I tanned it. Just doing a check now. I think there's one more spot that I haven't fleshed off. Golly, there's a lot of hide here. Look at that. Yep, there it is. I knew there was one more spot. But, like, seriously, this thing's going to be so cool. I want to put it on and show y'all, but I'm not going to do it just because it's raw meat, and I don't really want to get my MBA taxidermy shirt dirty that you can find, link in the description, on our website, MBA-outdoors.com. You can also get hats, hoodies, all kinds of accessories. And everything is on 100% off. No, I'm kidding. It's not. But get ready. We're about to add Richardson hats, all the camo Richardson hats. I got camo MBA outdoor hoodies that are about to drop. Y'all ain't even ready. Y'all ain't even ready. It's probably that time. I'll probably drop the hoodies 1st of September. I probably need to order me one. Actually, I'll wait till the lives start going good, and then I'll drop them, and then I'll release them. Show it on live and get people buying them. That'll be the wise thing to do. Having your own merch, it's pretty cool. Local mill in town sells homemade apple corn feed. Corn fiends. What is your question, Rebecca Colburn? Sell some aprons? Yeah, I don't know. I think this is like, let's see, what kind of apron is this? It's a charboil, boy. I should just make my own. This is going to become an apron. I'm a YouTuber too. That's your question? And then I broke my hand today. I'm very sorry for you. I broke my $5 5 and below glasses today, and I'm really depressed about it. Holy cow, there's like fat on my eye. Deer fat. That was rancid. It kind of sucked, man. These 5 and below glasses, they were just amazing. They were awesome. And I broke them today because a tree came and hit me in the face. Don't ask what happened to the tree. I was cutting up trees. I cut it 18 times. By the way, on payroll, company time, cut this tree 18 different times and then burned it, poured 18 gallons of gasoline on it. I'm kidding. No, but I had a mad fire going today. The project I'm working on, I'm clearing some woods behind a house. And he told me I could light fires, just make them small in the woods. So I've been like, I have diesel, but I'm not wanting to throw diesel on it because I don't want it to go crazy. So I'm like putting just a little bit in the cap, tossed it on just a little bit of a flame, and then loaded up a ton of logs on it. And it was not a big fire, but it was so hot. There were so many logs on this fire, just giant logs. And it stayed hot like the whole day. I didn't have to refuel it or anything. It's really a smart move to put your merch in as many people's hands and sponsor people. It will come around. I learned that in business school. Win-win business model. Indeed. I like your videos. Thank you so much. Do you post a lot? Yes, I do. What kind of pelt is that? This is a doe pelt that we're going to turn into a giant coat. And it came off of that doe, which is pretty cool. I have pictures if you guys want to hunt ducks or geese out of state. I recommend Harris Outfitter in Oregon, Missouri. Awesome group, guys. I'll take you up on that because I need to hunt some birds so I can mount some birds. We hit 7 o'clock there and we had a couple comments. Just like a burst. So I'm thinking the prime time to stream might be 6:30 to 8:30. Think that might be it. I didn't actually think this doe pelt would take this long, but it's called I'm being thorough with it, son. And it's kind of like still froze right here, so I'm having to take my time. Which, that's a great thing. I would rather be working with a hide that is just a little bit frozen still than a hide that's fully thawed. Your dad can come out too. Be awesome. I'll hunt some birds. Come out to Kansas. You can go pheasant hunting with me. We have good upland hunting. That'd be fun. Like and subscribe. Thank you so much, Rebecca. I don't work there, but I shot a male mallard. Hybrid with woodjet. That's crazy. Hunting some pheasants sounds so cool. Mounting a pheasant takes skill, and that would be dope. And I would love to do it. All right. Cutting off a lot of hair right here. Just trying to trim all that off. All right, nice. Hit that like button. Cameron Baker, I got you. Hit that like button. Super chat, Aunt Sandy says. Look at this. This hide looks great. Except for this. But that's the hole. That is a hypodermic right there. Golly. Rage hypodermic. Not even kidding. I did not cut that open anymore. That's how much that broadhead cut. And I still got the arrow. Here, I'll go get it for you guys. It's legendary. This broadhead right here is a killer. Should you subscribe? Of course you should. This right here is an expandable broadhead, and I didn't know I'd like expandables until I shot this doe, and that genuinely made that much of a cut. I mean, it's probably still sharp. I'm barely pushing. I'm barely pushing on this doe hide, and it is like almost absolutely cutting the skin off. Holy. That's insane. Here, do I have like any scraps of skin? No, I don't. All I really have is that doe tail. But this right here is the broadhead that took out this deer. Woofter, thank you so much for subscribing. I think it's like a 2-inch cut, but you can see. I mean, it just shredded that skin, dude. When it went through, which I did it the wrong way, but anyways, it would have came in like this. Awesome. On the Matthews no cam. Yeah, super cool. So that expands once it hits. It's crazy to me, the expansion technology. Caused my hair to flop and shoot a deer. Hit an artery and died, but I won't use them anymore. Yeah, so I won't use this anymore, probably. It's probably going to be a one-time deal. But I don't know. I've never had a broadhead work so well for me. I've always had, like, I used G5s for the longest time on my bow, and I swear, I think I've shot 2 deer where it came in right behind the shoulder, like angling downward, hit the deer and angled upward and hit no vitals, just went straight meat. And we never found these 2 does. Like, I don't know, genuinely. That has happened to me so many times with all the broadheads I've shot in the past. And I've never shot a buck with a bow broadhead. I only shot one with a crossbow. So I'm just thinking, you know, that one has worked great for me. The one deer I shot with it, she ran nowhere, dude. It was crazy. But anyways, recommend a road trip to Lorville. We have beautiful scenery, story, apple house that sells. Oh, bro, apple shlulies? That sounds fire. Ever had an animal non-lethal and then have to use a Bowie knife or head tap? Holy. No, I have never. Sorry if this sounds like a dumb question, but is there a specific way to dry leather? Because I've been signing clothing for a while and I'd like to use the leather off the deer we hunt. Yes. So what you would do is you take this, and instead of having the hair on here, you just start ripping and pulling hair out. And I mean, deer hair, there's a little here and there. Like, it'd probably be easy to pull out. I'm going to tan the hair on just because I want it to. But you could easily just have, and that would be where the leather would be. And that would look like this right here. It'd come out looking something like that after refined. But now what we're going to do, we're going to take all this nonsense. This is everything we pulled off that. Dude, an apple shluly sounds good, though. I knew you meant slushy, but I thought that was a nickname. Like a shluly? That sounds crazy. But now it's time for salt. So I'm going to... And as you guys can see, we're slowly getting there, fellas. Of course, I have trap bait up here. We got the early season buck, and then the 2 squirrels. And then all I have is pelts. Literally, that whole back blag. Back blag? Is that what I just said? This whole thing is filled with pelts, and then this one is filled with full body animals. So I gotta get rid of that. And I think I have like some tenderloins down there, and that's literally it. But we're getting close. We're getting close, boys. Where did I learn to do taxidermy? So, super nice, wise man who's been around for a while. I feel like I've been for the longest time saying old men about literally anyone over the age of 40, and I feel really bad about it. So I'm going to say a wise man taught me taxidermy. And no, he is not 40. He is very old, but he taught me taxidermy. He taught me everything I know. And what is happening? Golly. He taught me everything I know. I mounted, literally, I've seen him, I've helped mount it. I've helped him mount like kudu and stuff. And I even got up here. This is literally straight from Africa. This is part of, I think, a Cape buffalo that I helped him mount. Literally straight from Africa. And I just find that so cool. But I've seen him mount everything. I mean, he's mounted so much stuff. Yeah, old man is a badge of honor. All right, I'm going to go ahead and salt this guy. So get our salting tray. Come over here. Put this deer tail in there. Now I'm going to need more salt here soon. Dang. I'm going to go ahead and unplug my phone. Ooh. Hello. How's this, what do you guys, what do you guys think about these 2 deadheads? How do you think they're looking? This was a deadhead. This was a deer that was left inside a barn for like so long. How do you think the whitening's looking? I think it smells good and it looks good too. Now, I will say, I'm wondering what's up with that black buck, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm smelling something a little bit funny. So we're gonna see here soon. That's the next thing on our list. So now what I do next, and I've already put a little bit of salt on this guy as we were fleshing, but as you can see, it's basically blue. You know, there's one every once in a while. This is basically how I get my hides. And I'm pretty sure this is how, I'm just used to seeing hides after they've, like, fleshing wheel. I'm used to seeing the literal blue. So something like this is really good for just a dude at home. Literally everything's off. Now what I'm going to do, shove him down in here. I don't know what kind of comment I just got on the stream. Thank God I hid it from you guys. Top 10 dude just sent that he has a warrant in Florida for looking for a specific age group of people And that's where I'm going to leave it. Anyways, what kind of comment is that? Now we're hitting jackpot because the troll comments are here, is what it seems. 7:30, that's when people get on here. So now we're just salting. This is going to cure the hide. Salting is actually, you can literally, I could just put this on here and it would work. I don't actually have to have tan. Salt could literally just do it for me. But I want to make sure this hide is, you know, tan forever, basically. Or as forever as we can get on Earth, I guess. So I'm going to salt it, then I'll wash it, tan it, let the tan dry, and then I will work it and then wear it, hopefully. I don't know. We'll see. But expect some taxidermy tutorials coming up here soon. I know I promised a lot of them last year, and then I filmed so many and just haven't edited them yet. So expect that here soon. And also, I just kind of wanted to wait a little till I knew what I was talking about, just to make sure I wasn't giving you guys false information. So I'm about to make like a how to get into taxidermy video. And I'm just going to show you all the basics, what I use, what sites I order my equipment from, the best sites to use, cheapest sites. And yeah, I'm basically going to tell you all my brands that I'm not like affiliated with them, but I'm going to basically go ahead and say this is what I'm going to use for a long time. This is what works. So, because I found what I like. All right, now all of this doe hide has salt on it, and the salt also gets blood and water out of the hide. So yeah, I think you missed my comment, but what's up? Yes, Corey, I saw your comment, but I totally forgot to mention it. What's up, Corey? How's it going? When are you going to read the comments? Whoa! Whoa! Come on, man. A big hat out of it? Paul Jackson, what's up, dude? How's it going? Can we post a video? I'm bored of posting videos of myself. Isn't that what a YouTube channel is for? All right, now I got the rest of the tail right here. I don't know. We might sew that back to the hide. But it's barely anything, so I'll probably just keep it and put it with all my other doe hides and stuff. Now we got the roadkill squirrel, of course. And we are going to go ahead and rub tan all over this. Or, sorry, borax, whatever. I don't know how the tail on this guy is doing. Might be a good thing that we're not mounting him, because the tail might be slipping just a little. But I'm going to use this bad boy right here. So yeah. It's been good, Paul. It's nice to see you in chat. And then also, Corey here, pulling your leg. Pumpkin muffins? Holy, yes, please save one for me, Odd. That sounds delicious. So this could, I'm just going to go ahead and say this could end very badly. This whole squirrel tail might rip off here in a second. If it does, it's A-okay. There we go. Dude, tail skinner is fire. Look at that. Yeah, this squirrel tail was kind of... This is the roadkill squirrel, so I mean, it's kind of obvious that it would be slipping, maybe just a little. But I'm honestly glad we're not mounting him. Yeah. We'll shove a ton of salt in there and let it cure and whatnot. Yeah, like that. Tip of the tail came off. Not too worried about it though, so. Gonna throw a ton of salt all over this guy. And I'm out of salt. super duper cheat. Are you eating those poor dead animals after skinning them? Yes. Yes, I am. Oh, dang. 49 likes. Slowly but surely, the live is picking back up. Odd, I don't know if you're still on here, but just let me know because people are just starting to tune in. So I'm going to run it till you need me to hop off because really you're kind of the only reason I would get off here so that we can call tonight before bed. Because last night the stream went to like 10 o'clock. But luckily we had went on a day earlier, so. All right, now we just got to leave that there. I might even let this salt for a good 2 days. I'm not going to lie. How good the channel's doing. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much, Paul. Yeah, last night's stream, of course, last year, whenever I was mounting deer live, like these guys back here, it was pretty crazy. We were popping straight up 60,000 viewers on live streams. And it's kind of been slow because it's been summer and I haven't really had anything to do. So I've kind of saved all this up to try and get back into the swing of things. And now what I'm doing is just trying to go live every single night doing this. So yesterday night we had a good 8,000 people show up. And that's pretty good for the channel. So I'm super pumped. We had a couple live streams there where it was like 150 and I was kind of sad, not gonna lie. But now we're finally back, baby. All right, this is pretty messy down here. 9-ish is 5. Is fine, she said. I'll probably go for another hour. To have people hang out. Ulu knife. Beautiful. Hobby Lobby haul. We'll hit it again. I did it at like the start of stream. I'll do it again right now. Talk about everything. And I will be adding it into an actual video because I'm going to start tuning in as much as I can, bro. School is slowing down, so I've got time, boss man. Absolutely. Absolutely. So what we got from Hobby Lobby the other day? Yeah, me and Audrey were actually there for probably a good 2 hours. So first thing I got, and we'll go ahead and talk about this. We might do some measurements tonight. Is I wasn't going to buy anything because I haven't got the measurements on this bear rug yet. Nor do I know how it's been doing in this box. But this, my friends, is like a literal 50-year-old bear rug. As you can see. And the guy wants me to try and see if I can repair it. Now, repairing it is probably going to be a lot of painting the skin and really just adding a bottom to it. So, I wasn't going to get a bottom because what I'm going to have to do, I can't like sew it on there or anything because Oak Ridge is live right now. That's probably the reason I'm not getting crazy amounts of views right now. So, I can't sew the bottom. The hide is literally crumbling. It's that old. So what I'm thinking is taking some McKenzie paste that I have back here, which is basically glue, and just taking some genuine leather. So I found this. This was on clearance. Literally half priced. $33 was usual price. It was literally like 15 or something. So I went ahead and got this while I was there, and we can cut it out. It doesn't need to be fancy. He's not looking for anything fancy. He just wants it to be repaired. And Paul, if you're still here soon, we're going to be mounting this absolute velvet giant in the back. Guys, if you didn't see this buck yesterday, this guy is an absolute tank. Look at this. Absolute tanker, boys. Golly. Alright, nice. That smells good. I didn't get any salt inside the skull cap. Nice. I've never used Velvelock before, so I'm still kind of scared on if it's working how it's... Oh. Well, it's working how it's supposed to do. It's currently hardening up on the antlers. That's pretty cool. But basically, this stuff tans the velvet on the deer antlers. And the guy that brought the deer, he gave me this, which absolutely awesome because I didn't have any of it. I wasn't expecting. It's a high fence buck, which is why it's so big. I think, or it might just be a guided hunt on some like giant private property. I don't really understand it, but I'm A-okay in mounting it. Would I ever hunt there? Probably not. So yeah, that basically tans the velvet on, and the velvet will stay on there forever in pristine condition. And I'm pretty sure it's working because I've done everything. I looked up so many videos the other day. You leave it out in the sun, the Velvelock sets the velvet, removes all the blood that's like in there, I think, and then also repels like bugs and stuff. You can either do that, Oak Ridge tans it, which is crazy. He like throws in a giant vat of pickling solution, which I don't have because my tan is this stuff back here. This is the tan I use. It's way simple, way easier. It's called Liquid Tan, and I love using it. I don't know if I could use that on these, so I didn't try it. But then also, you can freeze dry it. Yeah, but I don't have a freeze dryer, and apparently those are expensive. Bro, can you shut the... Not the guy that's talking. I'm talking about the guy in red. Let's absolutely ban this guy. What is he talking about? Put user in timeout. Put him in timeout. I don't know what this guy's talking about. He was not being family friendly. I don't even know what he's talking about. Anyways, let's pull out this bear rug and just look. So this is what the first of the Hobby Lobby haul is for. As you can see, this hide is not in the best condition. It's already been patched up a couple times, right? The claws are literally hanging on for dear life. And yeah. Are there even back feet? Oh, the back feet fell off. The back feet are just sitting down inside the box right now. See, that claw is looking pretty good. Still a bit crumbly. And I'm just thinking, man, that's going to be perfect. It's going to be perfect sized. Do that, and then I think I just need to touch up the face a bit. Maybe like, there's I think a crack in the mouth here. Nope, it's on this side right here. A couple other areas that I'll just need to fix up a bit. But that fake mouth is so cool, dude. Yeah, just need to touch up the nose, clean the eyes a bit, color the fur back maybe a little. I think it's just a golden brown bear. Yeah, Paul, you are A-okay. I don't know what this guy's talking about. But I mean, golly, that thing is beautiful. So, super pumped about that. I might set it out. Here, I'm gonna bring y'all over here. We're gonna set this thing out over here. Boom sauce. Let's set this guy out. Just see what we're working with. Yeah, like that claw is not in good condition whatsoever. Right, there's that. There's that. It's like so many rips in the hide and stuff. And there's that. Golly, that skin is just not in the best shape whatsoever. It's just falling off. And that fur is just peeling right out. Golly. These are the two claws. And the thing is, I literally can't sew them either. Oh man. I think that goes there, and this goes here. Yep. So that'll be what it looks like. Something like that. Yeah, the golden fur is pretty cool. But it's super pretty. Kind of like my trash box now. Keep that wrap. I mean, man. But this should be perfect size for what I want to do. So I'll probably go from here all the way down and then cut out little pieces for the arms. And yeah, I mean, that'll probably be what we do with it. Thrifty Fowler Outdoors. What is up? But that's pretty cool. So I'm going to leave that over there. That, I believe, is Thursday's project. Now, Corey, are you still on here? I don't know if Corey's still here, but I'm going to do the Hobby Lobby haul. I also got this guy over here that I need to finish. Black buck. Super cool. Smells good. But I think I'm going to pour just a little bit of hydrogen peroxide up there in the nose. Just because, for some reason, I set him out with this buck. And there were a ton of ants crawling up in this. This is a black buck skull. So, cool thing about this, black bucks are like one of the African animals. I also have an oryx up in here. An oryx horn. And I got to mount that on a... These are from Texas, but they're originally from Africa. So that's an oryx skull over there. 3D printed. But this one is the real black buck skull. So, cool thing about this, it's not like a deer antler. It's like a sheath. And you can actually just pull it right off. Just like that. So I whitened, that far up the sheath. And then now I'll just slide this back on. Just like that. And I'm probably just going to leave them like that. Because if I was the owner of this, I would most definitely want to just be able to... I mean, that's so cool. Yeah, we got that. And then the oryx that he shot in Texas, it had a derpy antler. So one of them was, the premium antlers, and then another one was this. Which I don't know why he didn't make this like a... I think it's called a chauffeur. I can't remember. I don't know. I have one upstairs, though. Anyways, Hobby Lobby unboxing. Nothing crazy, okay? But just some taxidermy tools that you can find at your local Hobby Lobby. I'm going to be adding this in a how-to taxidermy video here soon. Of course, we got the leather. That really is one of the bigger things. You can get so much leather there for backing on like a pedestal mount. All kinds of stuff. So, first thing I got was 4 turkeys. Now, I had a couple strands that I'd managed to pull off like these old moccasins. But I'm not sure that that would have lasted me. So I got that for turkey mounts. Now, what on a turkey mount? Well, my friend, that's for like where you shove the beard up in the shotgun shell, got the 2 spurs, and then I was using like just some steel cording, and I wanted it to look a little bit better. So I got a little bit of this right here, some leather lace, premium, and it's so cheap too. I mean, that's probably like average leather lace cost. But next thing I got, sewing needles, but these are a leather company sewing needles. So you know they're about to be fire. Like, they about to be sharp, hopefully. I got another tool from that leather company, and it's for piercing holes and marking patterns on leather. It's called a leather scratch awl. But a taxidermist that I watch on YouTube said that this can basically be a tucking tool. And if you see the handle on this compared to this, I'm going with this all day. So that's pretty cool. And I also got some small little pliers for my pastels that I paint like bobcat eyes with and stuff. So that's cool. And then the biggest thing I was looking for were some silk pins. 200 silk pins. Those will be for doing deer eyes, shoving the sinus. There we go. The sinus in the eye, shoving that back. Then I also got some giant actual T-pins that I can pull out and put back in. Because I'm going to show y'all my T-pin setup right now. It's rancid. It's absolutely rancid. Rick, what's up? And user JM, what's up? Hi, I want to get into tanning my own animals. How should I get started? Get yourself some Liqua Tan and shoot a possum or something. I don't know. That's basically all I got for you. And then with those silk pins, I'll take this right here. I just want to make sure there's nothing in this before I do it. All right, there is nothing in there. Just want to fully make sure. Oh man, that would hurt. But this basically pushes T-pins in, or silk pins. So I'll take that and just shove that back in the sinus. Pretty cool. But here's the ones I'm rocking with right now. Look how rusted these things are. Look at all the rust on there. And this one's like half broken. And I barely have any of them. They just got rust all over them. There's like glue on this one. So these, I'm going to go ahead and actually throw this away now that I got the fresh ones. Because I reuse these on like 5 deer. So they 100% worked all that I needed them to do. So that's that. What else do we need to do? Kind of just need to clean up down here, but I'm not really sure I want to do that on stream. So I'm thinking of mounting the bear Thursday. And then next live we will do, not the deer yet. Probably going to wait on the deer for a little. Want to figure out if I can live stream from my GoPro. And if I can do that, a lot of things are about to change. That will mean a whole lot more streams because I do skulls like these. I do those as shorts. So I do those all off stream so that I can actually film cinematic with my phone. But if I can video the live on the GoPro from my Wi-Fi, then I can video from my phone cinematic, get clips for shorts and live streams at the same time. And that would just be epic. Because then you guys can see what I'm doing in the background. But I need to set the horns on that Oryx. This guy, I kind of just did that for fun. I don't know. The client might pay me. But it was in the barn of the farm I work for. So I just thought, you know what, I might as well do it. It looked pretty rancid at the start. Need to finish the black buck Oryx, get that back to the owner. And then mounting squirrels. So more than likely next week, after we do the bear, more than likely we're going to be mounting squirrels. So that'll be cool. We might do it this weekend. Friday night I'll be busy. Saturday night we might mount a squirrel. So yeah, this should be cool. And then, oh man, I can't even imagine going to work for 8 hours and then coming home and mounting a squirrel. Golly, that sounds horrible, man. I finished the Canva video today. It was peak. Thank you so much for watching it. Thank you so much. It's going to happen again, but I'm not going to edit it in the same way. I'm going to edit for next year's trip or the next big trip we take. I'll do the days, and then at the end, I'll add it all together and just add the trip going and the trip back. Because, oh man, it was so much on me because I edited it all on my phone. It took me 2 months, 3 months almost, to edit that video. I mean, it was insane. Chuck, what's up? How much for a squirrel mount? I haven't really priced them yet. Honestly, I'm doing my cousin's, and his is kind of like a birthday present. I mounted his deer, and they paid me a little extra to mount the squirrel too. And it was kind of his birthday present for last year, and I still haven't mounted it. So I need to mount it. And then I'm also mounting one for a friend, and I guess he'll pay me at the end of it. But I didn't really tell him a price. He just said, let's do this, and I'll pay you however much you need. So I got to figure out how much I want to charge. It'll probably be, I don't know, squirrels are pretty hard, but I don't really want to do, bobcat mounts, my shoulder mounts for bobcats, probably going to be 400 or so. And I know that sounds insane, but the amount of time you put in these mounts. Currently, I'm charging 500 on the deer. And so the shoulder mounts for like bobcats, and I think I'm about to get a shoulder mount. Corey, you asked if I add any more bobcats. I might have a fox coming here soon, so that would be cool. And it's another, it might be freezer burnt. It's been in the freezer for a long time, so I might get that. Squirrels, I really think like nothing crazy, like 200, maybe even 150, which is crazy because they take a lot of detail. But I'll probably do 200 if I can get really good at them. And yeah, I want to shoot because I shot a ton, and I mounted a couple up in my room, and they don't really look that good. And probably need I'm going to keep one I have. It's standing up with an acorn that was in its mouth when it died. I shot it, and it had an acorn in its mouth. So it's holding an acorn and then holding a Papa John's garlic container like he's dipping it in it. I'm going to leave that one. I don't know. I might just say no and just take them all off the forms, honestly. Because it's like $100 worth of forms that I have. And I have 2 of the squirrel forms in there, 2 forms upstairs. So we'll see what I do. I don't know. We'll see what I want to do with it. But I definitely want to shoot me a good fox squirrel this year. Whether that be squirrel hunting or bow hunting, see one and just... Of course, I can't do it with the Rage 2 blade. Y'all saw that hole that was in that doe pelt. That's pretty intense. But I'd love to do that and then mount like a really good looking squirrel. That'd be pretty cool. But I want one on a branch with the tail curled up. See, I have right behind me, and this piece of wood right here, this is the piece of wood I'm mounting boons on. So I'm going to mount it to where he can mount multiple things on this, and I'm going to make it to where when you screw it on it, of course, the hands go perfectly on the wood. But I want it to be like where he can transport it easily to me if he wants me to mount something else on there. So I'm going to make it to where you can just unscrew the squirrel and then just bring me the log and the squirrel, basically. And then a piece of wood I have is going to be this one over here. And if you guys are ever wondering where I do my taxidermy, it's literally in my basement. So here's our bow bench, and then over here is storage, and then the basement just goes. And we're currently working on getting this basement looking absolutely spiffy so that I can bring like clients actually in here. But for now, it would kind of be weird. But over here, if you guys can see, I have this dope piece of driftwood. I mean, it's so cool. And I'm going to use that to, I want to mount a couple fish on it maybe, but I think definitely, I have a form. That right there for like a fox squirrel, I just think that'd be so cool. And that's a really big fox squirrel, I'm not going to lie. Like that thing is massive. But I've got that fox squirrel form. I've got one right here. I mean, and you can tell these are some really big forms. And the reason I took these apart is because, yeah, this thing had lipstick, by the way. It looked absolutely rancid. That was back before I had an airbrush, and I just said, well, I'll take a Sharpie to it, eh? I hope to get a hold of one of these foxes around here that have been getting my chickens. Get it mounted. Sure, dude. I got a roadkill fox in the freezer. I don't even know how it's going to work, but your parents got you set up for success. That's awesome. They really do. Can't wait for the big velvet buck. Yeah, that's going to be awesome. I might have to do a little bit of editing on the form, but I'm not too worried. I think I'll be able to stretch it around the form. And if anything, with the site I use to order my forms, I use this site called G2 Taxidermy. Their deer forms. Mackenzie's deer forms can range from $100 to $120, $130. The forms I buy from G2 are $65. Okay? And now there wasn't one that perfectly matched the measurements, but what I'm thinking I'm going to do is it's probably going to be like a full swell rut neck. And what I'll do is just kind of pull down the swell just a little, and it should work out perfectly. So I think it was honestly smaller than the measurement I got. I'm just worried about the axis. I think that's what that is, or no, it's the atlas right behind the ears, smallest part of the neck. That was perfect. The measurement behind that was like one big, and then this measurement I just didn't take because it really doesn't matter if you get the first two right. The nose should be perfect too. So I don't know. We'll see. But yeah. Redditine says, love the videos. Thank you so much. I'm excited about mounting those squirrels and doing this bear rug. I'm trying to think. I kind of want to go upstairs and get those two squirrels and just tear them apart right now, just to get it out of the way. That would give me, I mean, it was tests. They were test subjects. That's what they were. I don't know. I need to think about it. I feel like it'd be a really good idea because they don't look the best. I mean, their eyes are like, I'm just thinking. Because, I mean, we have a little bit longer on stream. And that'd be pretty fun, ripping apart a mount. And I could probably save the hide. Don't know what I would use it for, but what do you guys think? Here, let's see. How do I add a poll? I don't know how to add a poll. It's not letting me do it. What do you guys think? Should we go and just absolutely tear them apart? Should have seen these dogs when I brought the Bobcat mount in. What do y'all think? Do I absolutely just go up there and just rip apart the mounts? See what happens? Because I got a deer up there that it's the first deer I ever mounted. Let's do it. Everyone is saying, okay, let's go do it. I got a deer up there that I'll be ripping apart at some point, and I guess I want to do that on live. It's It's the first one I mounted live, Jake Leg. Great live. Got a lot of tips on that live. And he doesn't look bad, but I'd like to reuse the form. I don't know. It seems like a waste if I was to leave him. The form, the eyes, and I don't know. Just feel like I should reuse it. So you guys are coming upstairs for like the first time ever. It's super dark now. And we're in the man cave on stream. This is like a once in a lifetime opportunity. So here's our first squirrel. He doesn't look too bad. He's my key holder. But he's not my key holder anymore, sadly. This is a roadkill gray fox that I mounted. Super cool. I'm gonna bring him down in the. Into the shop at some point. But this is what he's looking like. As you can see, he's like leaning. Look at the mouth. Kind of what he looks like. What are those Post-its on your door? Audrey's trying to shout herself out because she's so nice. But as you can see, literally acorn right there, he died within his mouth. But another thing with having the squirrels up in my room, this goober absolutely sheds so much. And especially the deer mount, which there's Jake Leg. I don't know about him. At some point, we're going to tear him apart. But she doesn't shed. She just collects dust, honestly. Here's the next squirrel mount. That one's... See, these two were not that bad. But my thing is, I can make them look better, so... And I totally just... Look at all the... look at that. So, I probably don't need to keep these in my room anymore. Not gonna lie, the wall up there kind of just broke, but that's A-okay. Alright, it's time to say goodbye to our fellow friends. Show them out the Martin Outdoors. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Martin Outdoor, baby. Peak. It's time. It's time on these. Can't believe I'm doing it. Oh my gosh, Audrey, what are those pictures on your wall? That's like the first time my room has ever been on stream before. That's crazy. You guys tuned into a once in a lifetime stream right there. Dad? I'm taking apart these squirrel mounts.
All right.
Yep. I'm not going to waste the forms. I'm going to keep them in storage.
Still lighting right now?
Yeah. You want to say hi? I'm kidding. Paul Jackson is on here.
What's up, Paul?
Isn't that awesome? Love the dead squirrel on my shoulder. Me and my dog. I don't know, this mount has just been so, it's just been so amazing. Oh, no. Oh, my Crocs are right there. This mount has just been so amazing because of the garlic and the nut in his hand. But I feel like I could just make it so much better, too. Look at this. It's amazing. But there is, residue from super glue all over his hand. And he honestly doesn't look that bad. But it's just his feet are slanted. And it just makes me so angry looking at him. His feet are crooked. Look at this. Look at him standing. Look at the feet. They're crooked. I don't know. And then this was probably the better looking one out of all of them. But I think one of his toes broke off. Not too sure about it. So yeah, let's do this. The voice and the sound. Blah blah. Hopefully it's syncing now. Is it just on your phone, Odd? Or is it everyone? Is the sound off for everyone or just my girlfriend? Good question. Still not synced. Are you serious? It's off? It was happening to me too. Is it still doing it, friends? Was it because I walked upstairs? Maybe I need to turn off Bluetooth. Turn off cellular data. Now let's see what happens. Wild man, what's up? Just tell me once it refixes. Is that a word? This is gonna be fun. Wild man, happy birthday! It's been like this for a while. Why is it still doing it? I'm doing great. How about you? Well, fellas, here we go. That was anticlimactic. Oh! Dang! This is what happens to a squirrel. This is what we got when we're taking apart a squirrel. It's that bad, the delay? I just want to know, is the delay on for everyone? I'm going to give the chat just a second, but I need you guys to answer me. Is the delay for everyone? I really don't want to restart the stream. See you later, Thrifty Fowler Outdoors. Delay for me, delay for me, it's delay for me. All right, let's figure out how to do this. How can we fix it? It isn't horrible. Maybe I clicked something. Retouch. Whoa, look at my face. It's so plush and beautiful. Maybe I just need to turn on like a filter or something, and then maybe it'll change. I should probably do a live stream with this filter on. I feel like that'd be hilarious. Welcome back to the channel. Right? Maybe it was from when I reversed the camera. Blah, 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 blah. David, yes, I do. I do remember you. What's up? Green screen. Holy cow, what is happening? I'm clicking a ton of buttons. I think it's just driving you insane, Odd. Maybe it's a button is getting pressed down on this. I'm turning my volume all the way up, and I'm going to throw it on charge off of low battery mode. All right, I hope everyone's still here who wanted to see this. Here we go. So this pedestal I made will be reused at some point, I guess. I don't know. I think it's so cool. It was my first pedestal I ever ever made. Here we go. So we begin. Why is the squirrel tail like literally rusted? What in the world? First thing we're gonna do, because it's cool, I'm gonna cut off the squirrel tail, and we're gonna keep that because we can bend it anyway. Because that's cool. No, he just looks deformed. NBA, what's up, Oak? Now we're going to go ahead, take the acorn out. That was such a cool piece of this mount, but the OG Papa John's garlic from my first ever live stream. The story behind that acorn is still so cool. And now, I'm just gonna break his hand off. Just like that. And like that. Now there's no turning back. Greg! Oak Ridge! NBA Oak Ridge! Greg! Everyone's saying hi. Is the delay that bad? No, the stream is just so peak I didn't even notice. That's great. You ever tried to hunt a bison? What? No, I have not. Yo, this is probably the most craziest thing you've ever seen. You've probably never seen this in your life. I don't think you would have. I can't watch the video, Audrey, because I'm streaming right now. If I did, the stream would go down. Bad squirrel. It's like... got that hide like too firm on there or something. This is a lot more anticlimactic than I thought it'd be. There we go. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. That smells so good. So that's like, that right there is what you want to see when you pull off a hide. And if I remember, this was a boy squirrel. I just guess I didn't do any reconstruction. Which is what you're supposed to do, because, well, when you see a dead squirrel for the first time, you'll know what I'm talking about. Man, this is gonna be so nice to have this mount back. Because I spent like $100 on these forms. I didn't sew him. I just pinned his back on the form. Silly old Martin. Golly, I really just took like ways around everything, bro. There are so many pins in the back of this squirrel. It's not even funny. Kind of smells funny. Oh, I'm not sure I washed the fur on these. I'm pretty sure I just salted them and mounted them. Which, that's kind of disgusting because there's probably some bacteria on there. Well, we're going ham right now. There's so many pins in there, dude. This will be nice to have, though. Having extra squirrel forms around. Always something good to have. Ow! Do not want to get stabbed by those pins. Let me tell you. Paul said it earlier. Tetanus waiting to happen right there. Wire in the tail just came out. It's a crippled squirrel. He's down bad, man. I should just mount him back like that on the pedestal. Man, down here is going to need a serious vacuuming this weekend, let me tell you. So, things I'm going to get back from this squirrel: the eyes, glass eyes, and the form. So, only thing that's being wasted is the pelt, which this was practice right here. This is what you do in taxidermy school. You practice. And they actually give you animals to practice on. Me, I had to hunt them down myself. So, luckily, I still have this memory in my mind. So, you know, not having this mount, it's not really going to mean anything. And unlike a lot of the things I do, I film mostly everything I do outdoor-wise. So I have that memory as a YouTube video. But this right here, we didn't film because it was back when I didn't really film some of the stuff I did. Which is kind of annoying. Because I'd like it if everything in my showroom, at some point, I can link back to a YouTube video, you know? Which, my showroom, once I get my first, like, buck that I mount fully myself, and, like, a nice fox squirrel or something, I am going to have a peak room. Like, I can pull down that giant public land shed that I found, that gray fox. Maybe the albino raccoon. Maybe he'll show back up. I don't know. There we go. I didn't sew this squirrel. I genuinely just pinned it up. Just a ton of pins sticking out of his back, guys. This is what my business kind of looks like sometimes. I have done a couple remounts, aka all 3 of those deer are remounts. I was down bad last year. I had nothing to work with. But I'll keep the tail. I'll shove it up here along with all the other small furs that I keep. And then go ahead. That gum just took off his whole ear. A wild man is saying Ross. Oh my gosh. This is about to look really, really weird. Oh no. I don't really want to break the arm off, but if I have to, I will. Because when I mount him, more than likely, if I use this form again. There we go. Dude, I just heard stuff hit like the other side of the house. Holy cow. Guys, I kind of want to leave this down in my shop. That is peak. Holy cow. Just imagine this guy just chilling up here. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Golly. That is hilarious, dude. Can you get muscle detail on a squirrel? Because I see the... Dude did not skip shoulders. Holy cow. Golly. Yeah, looks like a gopher. I don't know, golly. That's hilarious. Take that out. Save the glass eye. Those can really get expensive. Glass eye. Awesome. Now we got that form back. It's nice. I'll go ahead and stow them down here. And actually what I might end up doing is putting all of my forms in here just because I have so many squirrel forms. Where are my glass eyes? There we go. Glass eye bag. Yes, I would be mad, Rebecca. I've been to you for 10 minutes and you're already... Right, next squirrel. This one is probably the prettiest one of the bunch. We're saying I don't even know what's happening anymore. Oh, all of his fingers just cracked in half. No, why would I want you to put your mom on the comments? That makes no sense. Where did that triple threat just go? There it is. Call this the triple threat. Guys, we got 6-7 likes on the stream. Feeling really good. Great. Now, I will say this will be a piece of wood that I reuse. This is a really old, awesome piece of cedar barnwood. Super awesome. So I'll put it with all the other wood that I have stashed. Which I don't need that anymore. Yep, we're going to move you now. I'm seeing that that's not the best place for you to sit. And if anyone wants a mount on an American flag shaped like this, I have no use for it. Alright. I was talking about dustmonger. Holy cow. That's a lot of dust. And this one didn't even fit the form. It was such a, like, I don't know. I ordered such big fox squirrel forms, I guess, or something. This one will be fun. I should be able to... Oh, okay. There goes one of the legs. There goes the other leg. Need to figure out what kind of tail is in this one. Just the steel wire. Okay, we're going to cut it off. Do you know when you'll do the bear, Martin? So I'm thinking Thursday evening is when I should be doing it. So yeah, that's a cool fox squirrel tail right there. Has some some white on it. That one was pretty cool. And that's not dust. That's like actual, which it's not really oh, it's from where I just cut it. This is a pretty cool fox squirrel. Had white on the tail there, so we'll keep it. I might use those on a fishing lure at some point. Maybe, you know. Thank you for timing out that person, Audrey. They were, I don't know. I timed them out earlier. Tried to give them a second chance. The amount of dust intake I'm currently having is absolutely wild. There's so much dust on the squirrel. It is not good. My whole goal was to have a piece of wood with 4 fox squirrels on it. I'll be in and out. Have fun. I got you, on. Who's your friend there? This guy right here. He's being taken apart right now. Can also save these T-pins, but I just bought like so many new ones. I'm not really worried about it. It's probably like 3 cents. And plus, they've been in here for a very long time. They're all bent. Dude, the arms on these guys are so flimsy. Y'all see that? I love Deacon. Just wait till we do a stream where I deconstruct a deer mount. That is so much fun. And I've got a couple of those that we'll be doing this year, which is pretty fun. That's almost like buckskin right there. That's pretty cool. Boom. There we go. I will need a major vacuum down here. Go ahead and break off the leg right there. Because I like molding the legs with clay better, honestly. Just full molding arms and legs with clay is so much easier than having the form. It allows you to fully direct where you want it to go. That skull smells funny. I don't know. Aunt Sandy? Peace out. I'm about to get off here too after we finish these squirrels. I'm gonna have to look into that black buck. I don't know. It kind of, it's a funky smell. Like a mask. Oh, those were some of those eyes? I didn't know that. That's cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice. All my eyes are in. That's good. So I'm just tuning in. What's the play with the squirrel skins? So, all that's trash. Those were some practice mounts that I did a long time ago. And now I got just a ton of squirrel forms down here. So now, what I am going to need to do is go squirrel hunting for some fox squirrels. Which, oh my goodness. I know just the place where I got these before. So this is actually my trash can, by the way. Colt! What's up, Colt? All right. From Oak Ridge is live. Yep, I know you are. Seen you in here before. All right. So, before we wrap up tonight, I'm going dove hunting next Thursday. That sounds fun. We will be doing this Thursday, repairing that and painting it. But before we get off here for that, I need to make sure that this detail is set up here. Now, I might need some puff borax, honestly, for those. Dude, that is disgusting. That's from the DOE. Probably gonna have to wash all of that. Where's place? Oh, y'all aren't over here. I just left you. I'm so sorry. I'll sub and catch that another time, dude. Thanks for subbing. Sounds good. Yeah, I've just been taking apart some squirrels tonight. Sometimes I mount deer live like this, and we're gonna mount this giant velvet dude soon. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Might want to subscribe for that. That guy there, we'll leave this guy here. Now I need some puff borax on him. Aunt Sandy says hi, everyone. Oh, you meant everyone upstairs. I'm so sorry. I will, Aunt Sandy. I'll spread the news. I will spread the news. I was about to say, didn't you say you were going to bed? Yeah, I'm going to need a major vacuuming down here. That should work for tanning this thing. This is puff borax that I'm throwing on this squirrel over here. And it will absolutely cure squirrels and deer tails. It's perfect for doing that. All right. I don't have my towel down here anymore, which sucks. So, might go wash this in like the bathtub or something. That's what I might do. Might see if Dad'll let me. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Because I don't really want to go outside. So, with that being said, it's been a good, 3-hour stream. That's pretty good. Dang, that is good. All right, so I'm going to go upstairs, wash this pelt off, bring it back down here, tan it up. But I'm going to go ahead and hop off stream because viewers are slowly going like this. And Jackson's back, right as I said that. And yeah, because I'm going to go upstairs and maybe wash it in the sink. I don't know. I'm going to see with Dad. But anyways, stay tuned. Thursday, we're doing the bear rug. So that's happening. And I'll clean up down here Thursday. It is a mess. I'm going to have to let my dad know. There's going to be just a little bit of stuff on the floor. I might actually bring a vacuum down here in a second. But anyways, good night, everyone. Have a good night, and I will catch you guys Thursday. That being said, on to the next mount.